What's up, everybody? Welcome to iOS 3 Raw TV. Tonight we got something pretty special. Now, when I did the Dorian video, I was pulling and I was ripping the footage off of VCR tapes, putting it on my computer, making it digital so that I can put it on here, right? And what I found was there's a bunch of wrestling tapes too. So I've been putting up some wrestling footage. This video is a very, very, very important video to me. So I started pro wrestling and went through all the training and stuff. Within 6 months, I was actually in the ring wrestling. And I started out, let's fix this fucking camera angle, make this shit fucking square. And I started out tag team wrestling. So it's kind of an easier way to break in where you can be on the side, you only have to do half the match. And you can learn a lot by being on the side of the ring, watching your tag team partner and the other guys and how it works. So, you know, we're doing the tag matches and stuff, etc. And they decide that, and I don't want to ruin it for you. So if you just want to watch the match and see what happens because you're a big wrestling fan, just skip this and go right to the match. And then come back to this afterwards, okay? Before I say what I'm going to say. So, you know, spoiler alert coming up. So we get there to the venue, which is the PA Hall in Fall River, Massachusetts. And ECW used to do a lot of shows and stuff there. And we find out we're wrestling Los Bandidos, who was, you know, a tag team that, you know, had been around for a while, etc. And we went over on the paper, my name and Andy Jaxx, my partner's name, was circled. I said, okay, cool, we're going to win the match. Well, that's pretty cool. Now, they were the tag team champions. And it's a non-title match, which means that Andy and I are going over on them. There is no titles changing hands. It's just us to see where we stand, how we work with them, etc. So we go out to the ring. We do this match. We're doing our thing and blah, 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 whatever. The end of the match comes and we do the big finish. We pin them. And you'll hear the announcer say, and new Yankee Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And I went, if you actually watch the video, when he's saying that after we get the pin, I look at Andy. Andy comes up and we hug. And right then in his ear, I said, we're the champs? And if you look, you'll see Andy go, yeah. And he kind of gives me a little smirk and then keeps, you know, goes back into his character. And right then I was like, holy shit, I just became a tag team champion. Like, we didn't know it was coming. So it was almost like being in a match where it wasn't predetermined. Like, we knew we were going to win. But in the back, somehow they decided, you know what, this match is going on good. Andy and Jerry are over with the crowd. We think they're going to be good baby faces. Let's see if they can fucking take the pressure of holding the titles. So they gave us the titles, and they obviously got word to the referee and the announcer that, you know, it was going to be a title change. And the, you know, the belts went to us that night. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, man, within 7 months, I went from starting wrestling to being one of the champs. And now I'm going to be on the road defending these titles all over New England, up and down the East Coast, defends wherever they want us to go, we're going. And it was one of those things where I really felt so accomplished because it was something that, again, one of those things that when I said I was going to be a wrestler, everyone around me told me I was fucking nuts. You're not athletic enough. They had no idea how athletic I was. I mean, as a kid, I was an athlete, but you're not athletic enough. You're too big. You're more of a bodybuilder. You're muscle bound. Like, you know, you're not tough enough. Like, there was every fucking thing was being told to me on why I wasn't going to be a pro wrestler, right? And then as I was going through training, it's like, well, you're not really a wrestler. You're just training, right? Then in a few matches, like, well, you got a few matches, but you haven't won any yet. Like, I mean, like, literally, it was always people around me telling me basically that I sucked, right? And this was validation. This was validation of holding that fucking title belt in my hand going, holy shit, like, this is my life. Like, as a kid watching WWE, and then it was WWF at the time, and WCW, and then ECW eventually, watching those guys in the ring doing their thing, dreaming one day of being a champion pro wrestler, and the time is now. It's here. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. This was probably, I don't even know when this was, but it was quite a long time ago, probably 99, 2000, within that 3-year span, because I was done by 2002 due to injuries and stuff, and drug addiction, obviously. So, yeah, a great time in my life that I'm happy to have this footage and be able to share with you guys. By the way, I am the one with the black hair, the goatee, the black trunks, and the boots. Andy's the one with the longer hair with the headband on. And I was Lucian Bagwell, the younger brother to Buff Bagwell. That was my gimmick that I was given. And yeah, I mean, I looked at this video and it's like I relive it when I watch it. So without further ado, here is Andy and I winning the tag team titles back in whenever the fuck it was. And yeah, so just enjoy, guys. I'm Biosphere and I approve this message, and we are out.
Jaxx! Ah!